Okay, everybody. God damn it. God damn it. This has been terrible. Motherfucking terrible. You know, whoever's trying to do me in is they are doing a good job. They are doing a good job. I've been trying to get you this gift, give you this gift for the longest. I've gotten sick, but I don't care. I'm gonna determine to succeed. I don't know if you guys can see me, because you know the computer, it did something, whereas I can't even see it. Oh my! When I tell you that's a hard hit, I have been hard hit. I have been hard hit. Yes, yes. I've been trying to give you this gift for the longest, and I've been having problems with the. Oh my God, it's been severe, severe. I don't know if you can even see me. Can you see me? It's been severe, severe. Here we go. It's been severe. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. It's severe. It's been severe. When I say it's been severe, it's been severe. I caught bronchitis, and I suffer from it, and I haven't had it. My situation with my brothers has been got worse. I was completely thrown off. Haven't heard from her in days. Going to school. Man, whoever is doing a good job. But I am determined. Determined to succeed. One more time. Determined. I mean that shit. Determined. I am not going to give up. They got that motherfucker. I'm determined. Determined to succeed. Take a look. Take notice. This is what strength looks like. Determined, resilient, unencumbered. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, let's see what's going on. My phone stopped working. I went to get an iPhone, and that was disastrous. That was disastrous. Even though I got the iPhone, it's spiritual. When I went to the man at the store, I said, "Don't get the phone to work," and it was their phone. And of course, they were like, "We don't know what's going on. We don't know what to tell you." I'm in the negative over $500-$600. Every area has been attacked. Every area, including my health. Fuck you. But I can't fall apart. With my wallet, with my credit card, I mean everything. If I got to get taken care of, rush me to the ambulance. Don't have the money to pay the doctor. Don't have my insurance card. I mean, they fear. Fuck you. Like I told you, I am mentally very strong. So the opposite polarity is the physical body takes a hit. I believe it. Had to have been. I refuse to accept defeat. Refuse! Anyway, let me switch our handkerchiefs. I have a ton of them. And guys, take a note of it. I'm here by myself. No one to nurse me or give me a glass of water. If I fall apart, then I stay down. So I can't fall apart. And I have a new member to the family, Leo. So I gotta be there for Leo too. Buy his food, change his litter. It's a possibility. Nature is also, doing her thing. The devil. Let me check it. Let me see if it's live. I don't even know if you guys can see me. I just don't know. Let's see. Before I begin to discuss your gift, and I have a surprise for you. Let's see. I need to make sure that it's level correctly so you can see me. I'm going to assume that you can. Yeah, because, and of course, there's absolutely no explanation. That's the other thing. There is no explanation for the things that are happening to me. No one can explain it. Well, that's because it's spiritual. It's spiritual. And when you are a shaman and you're dealing with spiritual forces, there was a couple of you who expressed wanting to be a shaman. Let me tell you. Number one, you're not going to be rich by being a shaman. So it's not about money. And that can be very expensive, the works of a shaman. But if you want to be rich, don't be a shaman. Because a shaman is not the word. A shaman is a healer. And what do we heal? All kinds of situations. The foundation of all calamities, of all pain and sorrow, and the underlying inherent cause of things are not physical, but spiritual. It's said in the Bible, man is not fighting flesh and blood, but principalities in high places. That's in the book of Ephesians, 2 Ephesians. I know a lot of people don't believe in things like that. A lot of people don't even believe in the Bible or take it seriously. Many of you are very young, in your 20s, maybe early 30s. When you reach my age, 54, trust me, there's a couple of battle scars that will allow you to make a different assessment about the life that you knew when you were young and innocent. And that life, when it finally hits you. I've quoted a Bible verse a long time ago. By the way, announcement. A lot of you, Miss Farmer, please do not hold Miss Farmer responsible for me not getting to talk to you. I could not talk to you because the phone got busted. I could not even talk to Miss Farmer. I'm not speaking to Miss Farmer in a few days. My luggage is in the airport and it's still there. I haven't been able to contact the airport, Southwest, to send my stuff. They're not. So I am completely unfazed. Oh yeah, after a lot of fuck you, fuck. Fuck the brace, fuck yeah. Fuck. And I have to go out today. I gotta go to the dentist to reschedule the appointment because they canceled it because of the blizzard in New York for that one day. Keep canceling this shit. You know, you can't make this up. Cannot make this up. And they broke in such a way that it gave me chills. Chills. So I gotta go get a new pair and pay $608 for it. Right? Where am I gonna get it? I don't fucking know. But you know me, I will do it. And it's bitter cold. You don't go out with a chest bronchitis in this cold weather. That shit can kill you. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What choice do I have? This has been quite a tough part of the journey. Unfortunately, I can't see you because I have the tablet backwards because it disabled the front part of the camera with no explanation. I'm in my bedroom. I'm still losing weight, looking terrible. But I'm gonna take care of that too, in due time. One thing at a time. Again, I'm very. Yeah, I know that's pretty arrogant, but it is. So what? What can you do? Because I know me. When you have mastered mentally certain things, the universe comes at you harder. The oppositions. Every measure of strength that you climb is met with the equal amount of adversity and contention in order to keep you sharp on edge. Again, we're living in a world of duality and polarity. Okay, my gift for you, and part one is a gift to the females, for the women, all my women subscribers. I'm going to tell you the real deal behind men. Now, I will tell you, I've watched other videos. On other channels. I don't know. Maybe it's because I do have, clinical training from the best of the best. And, I am 54 years old. I've been doing this a very long time. When you have that as your background, it gives you a broader spectrum of of experiences. A Gemini man in the United States, in the West Coast, is no different than a Gemini man in the United States, in the East Coast. No different than if I met him in Singapore or Kenya, Africa, in Nairobi. Men are men. They really are all the same. What's not the same are women. Physically and anatomically, women are the same, but psychologically, every woman is different. Every woman is different. Not so when it comes to men. Now, women are not really concerned about the daily intricacies of a man. Because the daily intricacies of a man is that he goes to work, performs a job, and then he out. A woman is not. A man has to be able to provide income. That she will be concerned about. But what really is going to call her attention is his capacity to love, his capacity to be approachable, his capacity to communicate on an interpersonal level, on an emotional level. And some men are better at this than others. So I'm going to talk about the airmen, the firemen, the watermen, and the earthmen, and tell you the real deal as to why men have a problem with commitment. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm taking my elderberry, sour sap, all this stuff, ginger, garlic, the whole thing, the whole. The way because it sounds like that means that it's getting loose and it's coming out of the bronchial. If you don't hear that, then that's no good. But if you hear that, then that's good. That means it's coming out. It's detaching from the walls of the bronchial and the nasal and the paranasal sinuses. So I know I got this. So let's look without further ado. Well, first of all, you know what? Fuck it. Part of the fun for me is seeing who's here. So let's turn this around. Let's turn this bad boy around. And let's see who's here. Hello. This is Baneta Sutton. Ebony, morning. African Prince, good morning. Moon, good morning. Maria Williams, morning. Ori Green, good day. Agina Moon, yes, I've been trying to bring it to you, but the devil, you know. But you know what I did? At 3:15 in the morning, and that's the most demonic hour, the witching hour. It begins at 12:30 and it culminates at 3:15. Then it begins to wane. As a spirit, I don't know who it was, woke me up. 3:15 in the morning. Oh, and I've been getting so many pains on my lower back. I don't know how I have not cried in agony. But I was in the military, don't forget. I was trained to handle pain. So that's a good thing. A lot of the things that I've had from the past have come in handy. Okay. Kiki, good morning. So Lomax M. Good morning, Uncle. Glad to see you. Glad to be here. It shouldn't be grainy now. It shouldn't be blurry now. No, you can't see me as I read the names of the people, because for some reason, the front camera has been disabled. And there's no way to put it back. And the people whom I bought the tablet from have no idea, no clue. Ain't that fucked up? Senator Sutton, how are you? Dynamic, is that dynamic? Yes. Good day. Johnson Ming, no. Let me put on. Luckily, I went and I think it was QVC or CVS, one of them, and I bought me a temporary glasses until I get another one. I know I had it here. At the moment, I don't see it. So again, another part of the arsenal. So let's proceed. Diana S is the name. Okay. E. John Sunning, is that the name? Uncle, would it be much work to do a video on the different degrees and their meanings? Absolutely. 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 No, that's impossible to do. I agree with Ajay Moon. Please do a video on the grid. No, it's too much work. Too much work. And if I do that, no one will buy a birth chart. But I will have given you all the keys. No, that we don't do. But if I give you all the degrees, you might self-diagnose, and that's dangerous. So that we're not allowed to do. If I was to do that, they would shut me down for sure. And they did try to do that 2 days ago. I couldn't get into my own YouTube. They were saying that I was a perpetrator. I'm like, bitch, this is my channel. They were telling me that I was a perpetrator, and they blocked me from my own channel. So it's not getting better, but it's getting progressively worse. The attack is getting worse, which means that I must be doing something. I must be doing something good. Okay. We have Lux. How are you, Lux? Really Pisces, Aries, male and female Cancer, cause female. That's been done. You got to get that on VIMEO. It's lagging, and well, you know, I hope you can hear that. Hello, this is none of your business. Hello, none of your business. Reflection, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it lagging. It shouldn't be. Hello, feel better, something healing prayers. Thank you, love. Alicia, hey, how are you? That is not the camera. It's spiritually. It's another form of attack. I love you too. The noise that you hear is the fan. The fan. Okay. Thank you for your love and your prayers and your energies. Yatunde, how are you? Selassie. Goddess underscore Sim underscore BRG. Spiritual warfare. Absolutely. The video keeps cutting and glitching, trying to piece the piece together. Nonetheless, I pray you feel all better. Uncle, thank you. All right, who else? Keisha Dot. Thank you, Keisha Dot. Always good to hear from you, Keisha. Alexandra, how are you? Dollface. T-Love, hi. Who else is here? Hello, Felix. Hello, Sonia. Pedro. Cipher. Man. Physiognomy. I forgot what it means. You might have to remind me. Karma and Phoenix. Happy rising. Gamma Tefika. My familiar looks a lot like you. Oh yeah, he's been wonderful. Vunen. There's a lot of you here today, this morning. Great. Panicia. Apollonia. Okay, let's see. Oh, I've done this much with the sage. Oh, that. You're not late. Astronauts, notas. No, we just getting started. Areika, Benjamin. The astro. I've missed. No. Thank you, Star. I do it. I mentally, I am not sick. Even though I may physically look sick and you hear it. Again, remember I told you, part of the secret. You got to act as if. Somebody tell me about, do I know about binaural beats? Come up with frequency energies in your brain. I'll have to look into it. Drag Mars Mac, how are you? Shy. Yes, of course. I love you. I love you too. I love you more. Okay, let us begin. Let us begin. Yes. I'm being very careful. Very careful. You know, any little glitch can fuck up the stream. Let's see. Okay. 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 First of all, let us discuss the air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius men. These are the air signs. The air signs. First of all, you got to ask yourself, which of the four elements is the most superior? And which one is the most inferior? Yes, there is an inferior and there is a superior. Yes, there is. You have to have that in order to express the polarities. First, let's examine the different types. You got three. You got mutable air, cardinal air, and fixed air. Now, what does cardinal, mutable, and fixed really mean? Ooh, I got a new attitude. Yes, Leo. Huh? I've been eating mangoes. I've been eating mangoes, oranges. Oh, I love you. A lot of protein, a lot of protein, a lot of vitamins. I got vitamin supplement like Centrum, but I can't take them yet because I'm not eating enough for the vitamins. Now, psychological attitude. This psychological attitude of the air sign dealing with men will determine how they view or perceive love, which is an emotional faculty. Water. Of the four elements, the most superior of the functional modality of the mind. What do I mean by the functional modality of the mind? It is the psychological orientation of the mind. That means that the person who's in air, his orientation psychologically will be that of intellect. And there are different degrees of intellect. And that's what a mutable, fixed, and cardinal modality defines. The most superior of the four elements is air. With Aquarius being the highest expression of that modality of air. Now, like nature, air can be either dry or it can be moist or it could be humid. Moist air, which borders on humid, is Gemini. Of the three air signs, Gemini is most emotional. Because when you have moisture in the air, you got water there. When you have humidity in the air, you got water in there. So there's a little bit of water in that air, which makes it humid or moist. It can get very hot and tropical. When you're sweating, Gemini is the most passionate because mutable air. When we talk about mutable air, we are talking about positional modality that air can take. It can be cold, as in the winter, or it can be warm, humid. Humid can be very uncomfortable. A lot of people think that Gemini is not emotional. That would be a very, very, very big mistake to make. Because Gemini, both the men and the women, are very emotional, deeply emotional. Yeah, as quiet as chaos. And it is the Gemini man that has what is called, hold on a second. Of the air signs. So there is mutable in it that is very, that's water air. Right? It does produce an intuitive agitation fire of the sun. That the Gemini man understands and doesn't understand how in himself and in others. You can sense that when from Sagittarius, the study and spiritual decision begins with Gemini. But only as perceptive intelligence. Meaning that they know it's there, but they cannot define it or reach a conclusion about it. This is important to understand because a lot of Geminis get a lot of heat for being involved in relationships that they can cause tremendous pain emotionally onto people because of their sense of detachment and impartiality. And a lot of people say that Gemini men don't have the capacity to feel. That's not true. The Gemini man is very capable of feeling and tuning in to the feelings of others, but only marginally. To delve in. Think about it like this. Think about you are a swimmer, but you swim with your head above water. You're like this. But you swim above water, your head never goes under, it's above water. You know the morphology of water. You know how it feels in your skin, the smell, you know, all the characteristics of water. But unless you put your head underneath the water, where it goes into your ears, into your eyes, into your nose, and it creates pressure, you're not going to really understand the full characteristics of water, only in part. Well, Gemini is like that. They swim above water, and you know they can go anywhere above water. A swamp water, salt water, a river which is a clear water, and can tell the distinctions thereof and identify. But unless he puts his head underneath that river water or that swamp water or that ocean water, which all of these bodies of water have different characteristics, then he's not going to know one from the other. And that's the issue with Gemini. Now, the next sign over is Cancer. Here we have the swimmer that swims underneath the water, not above water, but underneath the water. The perception of the water is quite different when you put your head under than it is when you swim overhead. Will you agree? So we are looking at two different types. Hold Gemini responsible for causing a lot of emotional pain. Because let's face it, Gemini can do some shit. Gemini man can really bring a lot of pain to people emotionally because of their sense of detachment and their sense of being, I won't say superficial, but I will say unwilling to go deeper. Emotions can overwhelm Gemini and cause a short circuit in the thinking process. Yeah. Mutable air defines a variety of choices in how one responds emotionally. With the Gemini man, his response emotionally, if it's too much, because remember, he's above water, not inside the water, is that he checks out. He checks out. He checks out mentally, or he'll disappear on you. and come back maybe days later or months later as if nothing happened. Why does the Gemini man do that? Why does the Gemini man do that? He does that because, think of it like this. Think of a whirlpool. You're at the edge of a whirlpool. If you don't get out in time, you're going to be sucked into that whirlpool. And you're going to be sucked and go deep inside that whirlpool. That's a killer for Gemini, who's not designed to be underwater but above water. So in order not to get sucked into a watery abyss of whatever person they are dealing with, they check out. They fly out at the bottom. Mutable air, they fly out. If they don't do this physically, they do it mentally. You could be talking to them, and they're looking at you as they're paying attention to you, like this. Oh shit, they're doing this and they're looking at you, but they've checked out. They ain't even hearing a word you say. They've checked that this is a facade. But it can happen the opposite too. You could be talking to them. Larry, are you listening to me? You look at me when I'm talking to you. And they're doing that. I mean, blatant disrespect. You think they're listening, but it's when they look distracted, it's when they're most listening to you. Gemini was, remember, like Virgo, the sign of the trickster. There's a mental trickster. Gemini. If you, as a woman, are very emotional, a Gemini man may pose a challenge. Now, women can become very emotional. Men can become very emotional. You have the sentimental emotionality. And then you have the anger emotionality. The Gemini would rather deal with the emotional anger dynamic of feelings than the sentimentality emotions of feelings. God's gonna push the Gemini man away. Too much emotion. It's the whirlpool. So now he's getting ready to, like the plane on the runway. Then he get out. You don't want to be pulled into that emotional whirlpool. The anger doesn't figure, more exposition. Verbal. You know, Gemini, they love verbal, repartee. There's more emotional exposition when you're angry. When we're dealing with sentimental, emotional anger, where the tears come out in the water, that is more, that's the head on the water. Now that's deep. And Gemini is not equipped to handle that, those types of intense, complex feelings. So it will take flight. The reason for this is because the Gemini man doesn't like dealing with his own feelings and emotions. And this speaks of his profile in childhood. So if you're looking for a Gemini man, or your heart is settling on a Gemini man, then you have to understand Libra. What's the matter? Come on. Oh, you know. Libra. The only, I'm going to say, like I said, Libra to look stylish and fashion, right? Not human. But in elements, a principle. And that principle is a principle of balance. Here we are in gradient on the left cold air, humid. The other side, moist. Or it can be cold and tropical, which will be a balance of both moisture and humid. In this extreme, we find this in tropical one. They don't merge. The two don't merge. The two don't merge. If they exist together in the psyche of a Libra man at the same time. That's why he's brilliant at jumping from one perspective to another, and he will be absolutely correct. The truth. That's Gemini. There's an objectivity here. So in many ways, Libra does us a great favor. The problem are modalities of air, one versus the other, and both being equally important in their own right. Blended air and tropical air are different from each other. And principles. This is the cardinality of Libra. Libra preserves the integrity of each functional group of air, quality, modality. And it doesn't blend them. It stays impartial, oscillating from one modality to another, but not blending the two. That will be mutable air. This blending of the air, which is psychological, deals with the infusion of mind and thoughts and ideas that in and of themselves hold value. If you were to take the intellect and the knowledge of moisture air, and that of tropical, which has its own set of values and rules and philosophy, if you blend them, you lose both and create a whole new synthesis. That's Gemini. But in Gemini, there is no appreciation of the two separately. But in Libra, there is an appreciation of the two separately. The same thing with dealing with cold air and that of moist air. Cold air has its virtues and principles, but we want to know if they blend with that of moisture or tropical air, which also has its own set of virtues. Libra, as a cardinal sign, preserves the integrity of the different modalities of air, and therefore it's separate psychology, and it doesn't blend them. It keeps them separate. So on a good day, Libra can be cold, staying on that modality. And on an off day, be very warm and emotional, because Libra can be very emotional now. Very emotional. They just don't care about yours. I always say that. But it's important to understand why Libra men have a very cold and non-forgiving objectivity, which they refuse to blend. Because if they do, then you lose the functional modality by definition of these two bodies of intellect, which have their own cardinal virtues. When it comes to personal relationships, this can be a problem. this can be a problem. Most people, for the most part, don't function in black and white like that, but a blending of the two, a homogeneity of the two, which occurs in Libra, in Gemini. Libra tends to separate them. So if you meet someone that is functioning on one modality, in order to get that person to evolve, the Libra might introduce the other modality against that where the person is coming from. This can cause confusion, and this is why Libra is considered to be very manipulative when it comes to its intellectual discussions. Because in many respects, Libra will be correct in separating the concepts, not blending them together. So we can learn and appreciate the different functional modalities of that psychology of air. Now, the intellect here of Libra is designed to create an effect. Whereas with Gemini, the functional modality of the air is to observe the emotional faculties through air, but not get involved. Keep it superficial and bipartisan even. We can say kind of like the same thing with Libra, but Libra does want to integrate, but not the two concepts into one, your concept into one of the two, or go against your concept with one of the two, to see if you have a balanced perspective of your own argument. It's quite brilliant how Libra does this. The problem is that there is a certain lack of emotional regard. It tends to use people or treat them like a petri dish experiment, where the Libra person is concerned on how you think and process, but not how the emotional faculties play a role in those processes themselves. For Libra, perception and you feel it. So when it comes to relationships, very annoying in emotional display of the intellect, how the intellect plays a role in the emotional outcry, or interplay of what's being stated or what's not being stated. This is why Libra loves intellectual arguments. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. I've actually had people pay for birth charts, and all they want to do is have an intellectual rapport. I give them their money back. No, I don't like empty intellect. For me, as a mutable star ruled by Mercury, there has to be a homogeneity. Libra doesn't foster, and is not supposed to foster that kind of homogeneity. And that's why Libra appears non-cooperative, stubborn, and paradoxical. Okay? Let me see if some of you have to say. Let's see what some of you have to say. Listen, that's okay. Jolly Sugar Socks. Sasha speaks. Is she no longer in Texas? Because the connection was better. I'm in New York. The reception is not good. Yeah, the connection is not good, but you know what can I do? But as long as you can hear me, that's important. Here is right here. He's the reception is so terrible. I really want to hear this. Can you do a video with information and then do separate live? Nope, too much work. Okay, too much work. I love you, Uncle, but I'm nothing like that. That's okay. Listen, if it doesn't apply to you, that's fine. You know, this is why a lot of people don't like to do YouTube videos like how I do it, because they're afraid of being judged and being called out. I'm not concerned with none of that. If it applies, great. If it doesn't, equally great. Because you know, there's always going to be variances and exceptions. I had a Venus star point transit on my birthday. Can you tell me more about that? Not today. Yes, we can hear you. Great. I don't like Libra moon. Libra moon is the worst. Yes, we can hear you. Great. Perfect. It's funny that the Libra moon actually is a perfect example